The 2024 schedule for the New York Football Giants has been released, and in today's video, we are going to go game by game, and I'm going to give you my record prediction at the tail end of the video. I'll tell you which ones they're going to win and which ones they might just lose. But if you want the New York Giants to get back to the NFL playoffs, I need everybody to hit that thumbs up icon. Speak it into reality. Don't jinx it. Don't be the person 9 months from now when the Giants don't make the playoffs and you didn't hit that thumbs up icon. So do it now. Hit the thumbs up icon if you want to see Big Blue back in the playoffs. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and it is almost football time here with the New York Giants. When the schedule gets released, it's really the time that I start to get excited for the NFL season, because it means it is just around the corner. Before we go game by game, just some quick schedule notes that I have now that I've had a couple of hours to digest the schedule and talk about it and think about it. The Giants have the sixth toughest schedule in the National Football League. Their opponents last year had a winning percentage of .516. They have 12 games this year versus teams that had winning records last season. They play 8 games this year versus they have 8 games versus 2023 NFL playoff teams. They have 4 primetime games, a Thursday night game, a Thanksgiving Day game, Monday Night Football, and a Sunday Night Football game. And they also travel to Germany to play the Carolina Panthers. I want to hear from you first, though. Las Vegas and the odds makers out west have the win total for the Giants set at 6.5. Is it going to be over? Is it going to be under? O for over, U for under, 6.5 wins. Let me know what you think, real ones. Week 1, the New York Giants play the Minnesota Vikings. It is a home game, and I've got the Giants starting 1-0. I don't think the Vikings are that good of a football team. They have some really talented players. There's no doubt about it. They've got 2 tackles. They've got a receiver. I like the running back crew that they have. I also like Addison. Hawkinson, really good tight end. Not going to play as he's coming back from injury. But at the end of the day, they got Sam Darnold under center. And when Sam Darnold is your QB, you are always susceptible to being beaten. And I've got the Giants starting 1-0. And there's something about Daniel Jones playing the Vikings. I think he might just have a good week 1. Week 2, I can't believe it. We're going 2-0, baby. Give me the win over the Washington Commanders. I love the fact that Giants get to play the Commanders early. I'm a big fan of Jaden Daniels. I think he's a good player. I don't know if the Commanders are the right situation for him, and we always know landing spot for a quarterback is big. But you get him early in his season and early in his career, probably before he finds his groove. Give me the Giants with a dub to start their season 2-0. I also got him. No, I don't. I can't. I wish I could say 17-0, but you got to at least lose a couple of games, right? I'm trying to be as optimistic and realistic as I can at the same time. Browns are a really good team. I think they're a team that could compete in the AFC this year. I think they got one of the more loaded rosters. Still some question marks about Deshaun Watson if he's that guy, but unfortunately, I think the Giants are going to lose that game. So you go 2-0, then 2-1. And I think you're back to 2-2 after your Week 4 game against the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. I don't know why. I just don't feel good about the Giants versus the Cowboys. Maybe it's just because they've kicked our butts so many times in a row. But I'd really like to see Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and Kayvon Thibodeau take it to Dak Prescott and that offense. It's a winnable game, but I have them losing in Week 4. I also have them losing in Week 5 at Seattle. I know you get some extra time off from that Thursday game to the following Sunday, but it is still a cross-country flight. And I think the Seahawks, they're a pretty good team, not a great team. Another game that's very winnable. Geno Smith is their quarterback. You can beat them. Not going to be surprised at all if the Giants do win, but unfortunately for this exercise, I have them now at 2-3. And I also have them losing again. That's 4 straight losses for the New York Giants. This is going to be the toughest test yet on the first 6 games of the season. Joe Burrow, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, one of the most ready-to-win rosters in the league. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they're a really good football team. I just don't know if the Giants are going to be able to pull that out. But I'll tell you this much. Week 7, when Saquon Barkley comes back to MetLife Stadium to play the New York Giants for the first time ever, I've got the New York Giants standing up, standing tall, and being proud. Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, meet Saquon Barkley. There is going to be so much juice in that stadium. It is going to be loud. It is going to be a crazy environment. And I just don't see how the Giants are going to lose this game. You already beat their butts last year in Week 18. They had to bench the starters, so it looked like they did that. Come out and give it to them again. Let's go. Beat the Eagles. They're really not that big and bad. Who do you got? I've got the Giants ruining the return to New Jersey for Saquon Barkley. Do you? Who do you got? Type NYG for the Giants or PHI for the Philadelphia Eagles. So after the Giants start 2-0 and then lose 4 in a row, I've got them winning 2 in a row again. A primetime win on Monday Night Football under the lights in Pittsburgh, beating the Steelers. I think they're solid, but I don't really believe in Russell Wilson. I don't. And you know what? Crazy things happen on Monday Night Football. And I'm not going to be it's not going to be crazy if the Giants win. I could see this game being the Steelers -4.5, -3.5, -5. It's a winnable game. Come out and do it. Go and do it. And get back to 4-4 on the season heading to Week 9. I think every Giant fan in the world would take 4-4 going to Week 9. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because if this is your first time watching, well, one, we put out more content than anybody else on Giants YouTube. Videos every single day. We're going to be live for every single game during the season. And we also go live once a week as well. So 2 live shows during the week during the season. Videos every day. The #1 community on Giants YouTube. Join it. Hit that big red button if you bleed Big Blue. Week 9. I had the Giants winning Week 2 against the Commanders. I'm going to have them losing Week 9 against the Commanders. I think that this is a game that the Giants should absolutely win. But after you beat the Eagles and after you beat the Steelers on primetime, you always lose a game in the NFL season you always lose a game you're supposed to win, and you always win a game that you're supposed to lose. And I'd love to say I got the Giants sweeping the Commanders. And they probably should. But I just think that's a game they could see slip out of their hands after they just won 2 big ones on 2 big stages. A lot of an emotional type of football being played in those prior 2 weeks. But I got them getting back on track and back in the win column in Week 10 as they hit the Jets to go across the pond to play the Carolina Panthers in Germany. I actually think the Panthers are going to be better this year. I like what they did this offseason, putting some talented football players around Bryce Young. But I still think Giants are a better team. And Brian Burns, you know he's going to be motivated to play his former squad. Then you got a Week 11 bye. I'll say the Giants win the bye week. And I got them coming out with a dub out of the bye week. Baker Mayfield, producer Sam, Boomer Sooner, F Sam, F Baker Mayfield. The Giants are beating Oh, man. I just don't believe in the Bucs. I don't. I think the 2024 Tampa Bay Bucs are going to be the 2023 New York Giants. Because the 2022 New York Giants were the 2023 Bucs. No one believed them. Nobody thought they could do it. They go and win a playoff game. They pay their quarterback. They pay everybody on their team. They double down. I don't think it was the right move. Give me a dub against the Bucs. I so badly wanted to say the Giants were going to beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I so badly want to say the Giants are going to do it. And they can. They can beat the Cowboys. I just got to see it. I got to see it. When's the last time Giants beat the Cowboys? I don't know. I can't remember. Is it the game Week 1 where 2017? Last time they beat the Cowboys? It's been a while. That's what I'm saying. I remember the Week 1 matchup where 2021. And I know Dak Prescott did not play in that game. 2020 season. I don't even think Dak Prescott played in that game. Go out and do it, man. Punch him in the mouth. One time. Spoil Thanksgiving for the Jones family. I think that'd be pretty dang sweet. We've got more games and more predictions coming up. But if you love Brian Burns, you love the trade, and you want a jersey, go to chatsports.com/Burns. That's chatsports.com/Burns and get a Brian Burns jersey today so you can have it for Week 1 when we go and beat the Minnesota Vikings. Week 14, this one can easily be a win. This can easily be a win, and it should be a win. The Saints are no big bad dogs. You can beat them. Derek Carr is not that good of a football player. Dennis Allen's not a good head coach, but they do have a really good defense. And I think that gives the Giants some problems. A very winnable game, But for now, I unfortunately have them losing that game, as I do have them losing Week 15 to the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is great. I think they are a Super Bowl contender, and I think we just got to be honest with ourselves. Giants are not contending for a Super Bowl right now. I really wanted to say I haven't beaten the Falcons as well, but you go down to Atlanta, and I think the Falcons are going to be pretty dang good this year with Kirk Cousins. They were good the last couple of years. They were just a quarterback away. So I have them losing, 4 in a row after you lost to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. But you get back in the win column against the Colts Week 17 to bring your record to 7-9 with a game, Week 18, against the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't have a sweep in the Eagles. I got to be as honest as I can. Trust me, I'm biased and I'm irrational. But I just don't see the Giants beating the Eagles twice. Maybe the Eagles are resting their starters. Then you get to 8-9 on the season. That'd be a lot of fun. But my way too early record prediction is 7-10 for the New York Giants. And you know what? I don't think that's the worst case scenario. I don't think that is a season that you fire Brian Daboll for. I think Daboll keeps his job. I think Schoen keeps his job. But it is a type of season where I think you move on from Daniel Jones because you lose 5 out of the last 6 games of the regular season. You had a playoff opportunity, and you just didn't get it done. But maybe you go and beat the Saints, and you go and beat the Falcons, and then you're 9-8 or 8-9 or 10-7. I mean, that would be crazy. But Vegas has them at 6.5 for the season total. Give me the O for over. I'm going 7-10. And then, you know what? Let's see where the chips fall. Maybe you win a game you're not supposed to. Maybe you beat the Falcons. Maybe you beat the Saints. Some crazy could happen. Predict the Giants' record in the comments. I'm going 7-10. I wish I could go higher. I know some people are going to rip me for it, but I'm just trying to be as honest as I possibly can. Make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm tweeting, I'm posting Big Blue every day. So hit me up over there, and let's go, Giants.